Hi guys, so I wanted to do a tutorial on how to create branching forms, and I'm going to keep this one pretty simple. But the key to doing a branching form well is the planning. So you're going to need to, sorry, my chair's dropping down on me. You're going to need to do some planning first. I usually do this on pencil and paper, but I know you can't really see that. So I made one on Google Drawings for you just to kind of show you what my plan is for this particular document. So I'm going to do a little 2-question math quiz, and I'm going to ask them question 1, and if they get it right, they can go to question 2. If they get it wrong, they're going to go to something that says, so sorry, and it's going to have some remediation about this question, and then it's going to send them back to question 1. Okay? If they get question 2 right, they'll go to an end page, and if they get it wrong, they're going to go to remediation about that question, and then it's going to send them back to answer it again. So they have to get the questions right in order to finish the form in this case. And I want to address the fact that I have this section 5 on here. The reason that I do this is that I had made section 4 a wrong answer. And when you have a section on the end that just has text and it doesn't have a question, your last section isn't a question, you can't choose to go where you're going to go next. So that means that something like this section, where it's just, a picture or a video or something, can't be the last section in your quiz. So because of that, I needed to make an extra section that I could, so that this one could be redirected back again. And I don't know if that makes any sense to you at all, but it's true. Another thing you could do is just change what your last section is and make it a question. That'll solve all your problems as well. Okay, so I'm going to ask a question and another question. I'm going to have a remediation page, and then the end. So I can see here that I need 5 pages, and section 1 and 2 are going to be questions, section 3 and 4 are going to be the remediation for those questions, and section 5 is my end. So when I go set up my form, I'm going to go ahead and create all my sections first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sections. Okay? You need to make sure that every section has a title. That's really important. It's going to help you with your mapping. So the first section is going to be question 1. The second section was going to be question 2. The third section was going to be so sorry. And then the fourth section was going to be wrong. So I have to type it right. And then this is the end. So maybe this is my first question that actually goes up in my first section. I'm going to rearrange it. You can drag and drop these little beauties anywhere you want them to go. Okay, I need to add a question here. So I'm going to click in section 2 and add my question, which is how many minutes in an hour? And I'm going to make that a multiple choice question because this whole branching business only works with multiple choice. So let me say 15, 60, 45, or 100. Alright, and then I need to put some content in my other sections too, and I advise getting everything all fleshed out before you start mapping. So this section, section 3, remember that was remediation for my first question. So I'm actually going to go into this section and add a little picture. And I created some of this earlier, so I'm going to go to this URL. There's my remediation for my first question. And then I have remediation here in the form of another picture. Okay, great. So I've got all that, and then I'm going to say congratulations down here. Okay, now I can tackle the actual mapping. So I'm going to start at the very top. I'm going to click on this question, and you probably won't see this, but if you don't, you click on the little stoplight next to the required toggle and just turn on go to section based on answer. And then, let's see, the number 3 is incorrect, so we're going to send that to the so sorry page. The number 7 is incorrect. The number 4 is correct, so we're going to send that one to question 2. The number 8 is incorrect, and this is all mapped. We do not have to worry about this right here because that's all taken care of. No matter what they answer, it's going to send them somewhere. Okay, so we don't need to worry about this business for this question. Question 2, how many minutes in an hour? Okay, you got to turn on go to section based on answer. 15 is incorrect, so we're going to send them to that one, to wrong. 60 is correct, so we're going to send them to the end. 45 is incorrect, so we're going to send them to wrong, and this is also wrong. All right, and again, we've taken care of every option, so we don't need to worry about this. Now, what happens after section 3? If they get so sorry, remember what we wanted them to do? We might look at our map. If they get, once they go to so sorry, we want to send them back to section 1. So after this, we want to use this menu right here to say go back to question 1. Okay? After this section, what did we want to have happen? This was section 4. We want it to go back to section 2. So I'm going to go back here. I'm going to say go back to question 2. And then after the end, after this last slide, because we don't have any options sending them anywhere else, they will get the submit button. Okay? So now our form is all finished and we can preview it and see what this looks like. So I'm just going to get them all right the first time. So 2 plus 2 is 4. And I hit next. Question 2, how many minutes in an hour? 60. Next. The end. Okay, and they can submit. Now, I see something I need to fix. Do you see it? It's taking the title of the quiz as question 1, and we don't want to do that. So let's change this to delete me, my favorite title in the world. And that can be the title of the whole thing. Okay, now let's preview this again. And this time let's get the questions wrong and see what happens. If we answer 3 here, it's going to go next, and it's going to take us to a picture so we can count. Okay? And let's do next, and it's going to take us back to that question again so we can get it right this time, and go to question 2. And how many minutes in an hour? Let's get that wrong and see what happens. It takes us to the remediation. Whether we hit back or next, it doesn't matter because it's going to go to the correct question. And this time, let's get it right, and it will send us to the end where we can submit. So that's how you create a branching form. I hope that that was helpful. I know that took a long time, but really the key is in the planning more than anything else. And you need to try it with a very simple form before you try anything super complicated to work out your understanding of this. Have a great day. Let me know if you have any questions.